Now, WBOC News at 6, Delmarva's news leader.
On this Giving Tuesday, the story of a heroic local teacher giving a priceless gift.
I still don't see it that way. I'm just somebody just helping out a friend.
His generous act is now getting national attention. Good evening to you. I'm Todd Carley.
And I'm Steve Hammond. Welcome to WBOC News at 6. In this time of giving, what would you give to a total stranger? How about a part of you, literally? WBOC's Isabel Sanchez joins us in the Newsplex with more on a local teacher who gave the gift of life.
It all started with a tweet that went viral and connected two strangers that share a passion for hockey and teaching. Now they share a connection that goes much deeper.
Waikamica Middle School technology teacher Jeff Lind gives away many things every day.
What up, buddy?
He gives his time.
Hey, today's the 27th.
And his knowledge.
Number one.
But 3 weeks ago, Jeff gave something more than that to a complete stranger. He gave her a chance to live.
It's a unique way to help somebody, you know.
Almost 400 miles away in Pittsburgh, 31-year-old Kelly Sawatsky was fighting a battle against chronic kidney disease.
I was diagnosed with end-stage renal failure and was a qualifying candidate for organ donation, for a kidney donation.
Kelly was desperate, so back in March, she brought this sign with her to a Pittsburgh Penguins hockey game.
I figured I had to be really vulnerable, and I decided to take the sign.
Her picture went viral, and Jeff saw it.
There was a story in a row of the blood type match, and I did a lot of research online to see what exactly entailed.
And he went for it. After months and months of testing and many trips to Pittsburgh, the surgery was a success.
Her kidney function was at 7%, and the day I left, it was at a 99%. So within 48 hours, it improved to 99%.
Creating a unique bond between the two hockey fans.
You know, I chalk up our bond to a brother-sister kind of relationship now.
Now, after a few weeks off, Jeff is back in his classroom with a larger-than-life lesson to teach his students and the community.
You know, sometimes people need help like fixing a car. I was able to give somebody an organ because that's what they needed.
Giving to a stranger during the holiday season, the biggest gift of all, the gift of life.
And as true Pittsburgh Penguins fans, the team will give in a special shout-out during a December game next month. And if you want to learn how to become a donor and change someone's life, visit WBOC.com for more information.
A major road project in Kent County just hit the 3-year mark for construction, and many neighbors are asking what's taking so long. WBOC's Kent County Bureau Chief Tom Lehman is live on the road in Little Heaven. And Tom, that section of Route 1 has been a headache for a number of reasons.
Todd, that ride along Route 1 can get pretty busy at times, but it is about to get a lot smoother in the Little Heaven area. Taking a look from our road cam, you can see this intersection at Little Heaven and Route 1. It's going to be gone next year, and drivers won't get stuck in local traffic. But neighbors say they want to see this project wrapped up as soon as possible.
Skycam 16 gives us a good look at cars passing by construction on the new grade-separated intersection at Little Heaven. Work was slowed this year because of wet weather, and neighbors who live right next to the construction project say that's affecting their quality of life.
Once it's done, it'll probably be beneficial to us.
But in the meantime, Stephen Merritt says if the wind is blowing and flags are waving in the wind, that has often meant dirt from the project is flying toward homes next door.
My mother, every time she comes out to walk the dog or even just coming outside, she sneezes all the time. It just irritates her allergies.
We are in the home stretch of this project.
C.R. McLeod with DelDOT says construction has been delayed at times because of heavy rainfall during the summer and fall. But McLeod says DelDOT is taking issues like dust or dirt blowing into yards very seriously.
In fact, we've stopped construction out there previously to ensure that issues were addressed before construction continued.
I feel that we've been left behind.
Sherry Turner of Little Heaven says she worries quality of life won't get better even after the project is done.
I would tell you that years ago, I would tell you how quiet it was back here and how nice it was and how peaceful it was, but I would not recommend right now.
Now, DelDOT says it hopes to have work wrapped up here by the spring of 2019. Reporting live in Kent County, I'm Tom Lehman, WBOC News, Little Heaven.
Construction on the Morris Mill Dam in Wicomico County has hit a setback, and now work has been put on hold until the end of December. Crews have been working since September to bring that dam up to date with current state standards. A road closure has been in effect on South Division Street in Fruitland between Morris Mill Road and Emily Drive. It's a small stretch of road, but neighbors say the closure is causing some big headaches. WBOC's Angelo Bavaro explains why the delay is needed.
Jamie Heitzman lives near the Morris Mill Dam construction site and has watched this stretch of road on South Division Street sit closed since work started.
It has been more than irritating to have to get to places that are like just a mile up the street.
Jamie says it's easy to see the impact the closure has had on traffic.
With all the traffic that keeps coming up here and turning around and turning back, that's causing issues as well. Yesterday, I saw a car accident happen.
Now work on the dam is temporarily on hold after crews encountered unexpected soil conditions.
There's a lot of sand underneath and silt underneath the dam. And when you're working with water, the way we have been both behind the dam and with the amount of rain we've been getting, it can tend to start washing away.
County Public Works Director Dallas Baker says revised plans to address the issues must be approved by the state before construction can pick back up. Baker says Morris Mill Dam is classified as a high hazard dam and safety is first and foremost.
Which means if it washed out, it affects a significant population. In this case, if this dam ever did wash out, you would have flooding of places like Canal Woods.
Baker says the roughly $2 million project is rehabbing the dam and making improvements to protect against a washout.
So this is a project that was directed from the Department of the Environment.
Baker says the project is still expected to be complete on time.
There's always delays in a construction project, and you build that in.
And for neighbors like Jamie,
I'm just hoping that they get done as soon as possible.
The day these road close signs are gone cannot come soon enough. Reporting in Wicomico County, Angelo Bavaro, WBOC News.
Dallas Baker says that road closure will remain in effect until the entire project is complete. Work should be wrapped up by next fall in that part of Wicomico County.
Also in Wicomico County, work is now underway to fix a section of Nanticoke Road. That road was damaged from the heavy rainfall several weeks ago. SHA says subcontractors are surveying the area and equipment is being moved in. Neighbors say that road closure is an inconvenience and they are frustrated that the work has been slow to get going.
It'll be nice when it opens because I use the ferry quite a bit, and I've got some friends that live on the other side. One of the ladies lives where she has to turn onto Rockawalken Road, and she says someday she has to sit there for several minutes until the traffic loosens up at what has now become a rush hour in an area that never used to have one.
No word yet on when that construction work will be finished in Wicomico County.
Plans to improve a major Lewis thoroughfare were unveiled today, and our Sussex County Bureau Chief Madeline Overturf joins us live on New Road. Maddie, DelDOT seeking some public input on the New Road master plan.
Steve, New Road is one of the last rural roads here in eastern Sussex County, but with neighbors facing increased traffic and impending development, DelDOT says the time to act is now. At the public workshop this afternoon, DelDOT unveiled its plans to improve New Road, including plans to widen New Road, add bike lanes, reduce the speed limit, and improve the bridge over Canary Creek to address flooding concerns. With over 90 townhomes proposed for part of New Road and another potential housing development in the works, DelDOT says New Road's current condition is not sustainable.
Commercialized properties or residential properties, you're going to see some changes, some increases in traffic. And obviously, from DelDOT's perspective, there's a concern for safety. So we want to address, not only the potential increased traffic volumes, but the safety as well.
The workshop is continuing for another hour, and anyone is welcome to come and give their feedback. But do neighbors really think that DelDOT's ideas will make a difference here? Well, our Brooke Reese is at that workshop, and she'll have that full story for you tonight on WBOC News at 10 and 11. Reporting live in Sussex County, I'm Madeline Overturf, WBOC News, Lewis.
A hazardous chemical spill at UMES in Somerset County sent one person to the hospital today. There's no word yet on their condition. 4 other people refused medical attention. Authorities say ammonium hydroxide spilled in a science lab on campus, but that spill has been contained in Somerset County.
Back-to-back fires in one Worcester County city are turning some heads and raising some eyebrows. The fire marshal says the incidents happened late Sunday night and early Monday morning. Both happened at abandoned homes, only 5 blocks from each other. WBOC's Faith Woodard spoke with people in Pocomoke who say the fires could have been intentional.
This abandoned house on Bonneville Avenue in Pocomoke is completely charred after a fire tore through its frame Sunday night. Melted pieces of wood and metal are everywhere and the smell of smoke still lingers. But this isn't the only fire that occurred this weekend. Early Monday morning, a similar fire occurred on Gray Street, only 5 blocks away. People in the area say the fires are suspicious.
I was concerned what was going on at that time, so much sirens and everything. From what I hear, it could have been an arson. Yeah, I am concerned because my mother lives here.
The Worcester County Fire Marshal's office is investigating the fires. They say no cause has been determined and they're not sure if the fires are connected. Capri Davis and Devin Graham are local investors. The fires are making them second-guess purchasing property in the neighborhood.
As in investors like myself, I would think twice about investing in this community because of frequent fires.
Hopefully they just figure out how it started and, deal with the situation, because this was a nice property and we definitely want to, see what the best result and outcome for this property is.
No injuries have been reported at both of these fires. It remains unclear whether or not the property owners plan to rebuild. In Worcester County, Faith Woodard, WBOC News, Pocomoke City.
A dispute over a development plan is heating up. Still to come here at 6, why the NAACP is trying to stop the construction of some new townhomes.
And some old buildings being torn down to rebuild a town park. We'll tell you about some new additions coming to Berlin.
A local chapter of the NAACP is speaking out against plans to build on a property in Sussex County where slaves may be buried. From Chopper 16, you can see the Hall Plantation in Frankfurt. That's where a developer plans to build over 100 townhomes. Neighbors tell WBOC they believe slaves are buried there. The Delaware Historical Society says that's quite likely. Central Delaware's NAACP director says proceeding with that development now is disrespecting the dead and the African American community.
This is wrong, flat out. And quite frankly, any conscious person realizes that if these were Europeans or my white brothers and sisters, we would not be doing this.
The NAACP is calling on the developer to examine the property for remains before construction begins. They also want state officials to get involved. If remains are found, they hope a portion of that property is memorialized in some way in Sussex County.
The town of Berlin wants to revitalize its park by tearing down some buildings once used as part of a poultry processing plant. Well, today, Parks Committee members met with potential contractors to discuss this demolition project.
These buildings don't enhance the park at all anymore because the park is basically going to serve a passive park function back here and potentially some kind of active recreation facility up front where the large building is.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. The town looking to build maybe an amphitheater and a YMCA near the front of this park in Berlin. And the town hopes to award a contract for the demolition project by the beginning of next year there in Berlin.
All right. Well, it's a cold and windy evening here on Delmarva. Let's take a live look now from Dover, the Bay Health Kent campus. Cam?
How about this? Chief Meteorologist Dan Satterfield says tomorrow will bring higher winds and lower temperatures. Your forecast is next. Dan's in now with news of more wind and colder temperatures.
Right, wind advisory tomorrow, gale warnings. I would not take your boat out unless you're wanting to convert it to a submarine. It's not going to be a good day tomorrow. Let me show you what's going on out there. Radar is clear. We have a bit of cloud cover trying to come in. We may cloud up for a while tonight. That might hold the temperature up, but I think the cloud's going to be in and out. Call it variable cloud for the overnight hours. The wind's going to be up all night long, by the way. And then tomorrow, as this low pressure up in New England gets stronger and remains stalled up there, the winds will get even higher. And even inland, a wind advisory, gusts to 35 or 40 miles an hour. The beaches are going to be really blustery. Look at the highs today. 30 in Topeka, below freezing temperatures all day as far south as Kentucky. That just doesn't normally happen in November. This is really another one of those unusually cold air masses, one after another. I don't see this pattern changing much, although it will switch for a while starting over the weekend. Our high today about 10 degrees below normal, around 45 degrees. This is right now, we're already back down into the upper 30s in some spots. Look at Rehoboth at 38, 40 at Assateague. Winds gusting to 24 at Easton, 20 to 24 at Tangier right now. They've dropped a little bit in Salisbury, but they're going to come back up. Even cold weather, though, on the other side of the mountains. Look at that, 22 in Indianapolis right now. A lot of snow on the ground in northern Indiana. That pressure gradient stays very high all through tomorrow, and that means the winds will be high all the way through tomorrow night. Clear skies, although at times we will see some stratocumulus clouds as that dry air picks up moisture from the Great Lakes. The winds will die down as we go into Thursday afternoon. Friday, light winds, but the clouds roll in the afternoon, and it looks like we're going to see some showers in the area on the weekend. Look at the wind chill overnight and during the day tomorrow. It stays below freezing. For tonight, 29 to 33. Variable cloud cover with a northwest wind 14 to 32. Partly to mostly clear tomorrow. Wind gusts to 40 plus in the afternoon. Those stratocumulus clouds, though, will hang around. Now, there is some good news about the weekend. Saturday, we're going to cloud up and get some light rain, but it'll be warmer. Some sun and a breeze in mid-60s Sunday. We start to cloud back up with rain Monday and Tuesday, but there's uncertainty in that forecast. Could change. Steve?
All right, Dan, thank you. Time now for Delmarva's Holiday House. Take a look at this beautiful tree. A photo sent to us by Tammy Spradlin from Milford. Tammy, thank you. Beautiful. Send your photos to media@wboc.com. You can share them with us via Facebook, Instagram, or on Twitter.
Still ahead here on the news at 6, what different organizations on Delmarva are doing to give back on this Giving Tuesday. But first, we head to Worcester County.
Here's Captain Willie Dykes with tonight's Proud to Serve.
An old church was given a greater purpose at the turn of the 20th century. We fly over St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Chopper 16.
St. Paul's Episcopal Church here in Berlin, Maryland, was first built in 1825 as a successor to the old St. Martin's Church in Showell. But in 1904, the building was ravaged by a fire. At that time, the church was under the direction of Reverend William England. He rebuilt St. Paul's with a dramatically different look. The inside resembles a medieval cathedral with clerestory windows. Today, their mission is to spread good news through fellowship and service.
WBOC is proud to serve St. Paul's Episcopal Church and all of Worcester County, and proud to partner with my friends at Joe Nossek, offering the ultimate man cave furnishings such as Brunswick billiard tables, plus poker, air hockey, and foosball tables, and they even have bars and home theater seating for your media room. I'm Captain Willie with Chopper 16.
On this Giving Tuesday, donations rolled into charities and nonprofits on Delmarva, including the Salvation Army. Bags full of donations also popped up at the Christian shelter in Salisbury. The administrator there says they are relying on Giving Tuesday donations this year to help the shelter stay in shape.
The building's come to the place where there's some major things that need to be repaired, and Giving Tuesday will give us a big boost on being able to get this building into a little better shape for the homeless folks that stay here.
And they say any non-monetary donations today will help them get through the holiday season and into the new year. Hundreds of Kent and Sussex County children in foster care received a household good a lot of us take for granted, a bag. Today, Nimble Fingers, a volunteer senior citizen group, unveiled some of the hand-stitched duffel bags. Organizers say foster kids often use garbage bags to hold their belongings.
Foster care workers tell us that it's very important for the child to have something of their own. And they also tell the child, don't think about today, think about 5 years from now. And we hope that 5 years from now, they clutch that bag and know that someone loved them and made it for them.
Over 58 seniors stitched the bags. A grant from the Purdue Foundation is helping to cover the project expenses. 80 bags were delivered to the Division of Family Services today in Delaware.
Well, thanks to everybody who has already contributed to the WBOC Bless Our Children campaign. Your donations will help to make sure that every child has a present to open on Christmas morning. And tonight, we want to take a moment to thank Hoot and Alice of Tangier, who sent in a card and contribution donated in memory of their grandson, Dusty Boyce. Hoot and Alice, thank you very much. Also, we'd like to give a special thank you to Carl and Linda Thomas of Dagsboro. Thank you to the Thomases of Dagsboro for your card and your contribution to Bless Our Children. Your generosity has helped us now to raise more than $61,000. If you would like to donate, send us a card with a check to Bless Our Children, care of WBOC at the address right there on your screen, or you can donate online at WBOC.com. Thank you for giving to this campaign for the holidays. Your gift will truly make a difference on Christmas morning. We'll be right back.
Wind advisory tomorrow. The winds gusting to 40. That includes inland areas. Gale warnings for all the beaches. Still blustery Thursday. The weekend will bring clouds but warmer temperatures.
Thanks for joining us here for the news at 6. For news anytime, head to our website, WBOC.com.
CBS Evening News coming up next. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes for WBOC News at 7.
Have a great night, everybody.